Do you have any last words for Zohran Mamdani's New York?
This is New York. It's not Cuba. It's not China. It is the center of capitalism, not socialism. Can't take it backwards. We've made too much success. Got to move forward.
Got it. Marry, F, kill, communism, socialism, capitalism.
I would marry capitalism, Israel, socialism and communism. I would kick to the curb.
Here's a list of things that you love. Marry, F, kill, and the Black community, NYPD, Israel.
I would marry, and love all three of them, and I would add on to them Ghana, Senegal, Nigeria,
shout out,
South Africa. Exactly. I love them all. Love is love, and I've shown it to all those communities.
Like, what did Mamdani say in his acceptance speech in New York? He said there is...
Yes, for the past weeks, we have been talking about Mamdani, and I see a lot of people reacting to these videos. I believe you heard Mayor Eric Adams. Joe Rogan said something, and Libras are going crazy about him. When you take a look at this is why Joe Rogan is not #1 worldwide podcast anymore, but Candace is. He faced for ridiculous right-wing propaganda with no ounce of credibility. He's a friend. Mamdani is the true populist that Trump wasn't for the right.
So let's talk about the problem with Megyn Kelly. And for the same reason the left lost, we will too, which is we're too scared to call out our craziest voices. Here's the thing. I don't expect any better of Tucker Carlson or They're not the problem because they can't be better. But Megyn can. And yet, is choosing not to. For a woman who was always so careful and so unbending with her research, she is miraculously incurious about the things that Candace and Tucker say on their shows. Why? And at some point, ignorance becomes willful, and Megyn's ignorance becomes willful. And when that happens, we have a duty to ask why. She has zero problems pushing back on widely followed people. Do you remember when she asked Trump that question at the first 2016 Republican debate? When she spent 4 years defying wokeness in American media and culture. But you can't ignore the pattern here, which is that she's not afraid to call it on people, which is what makes her decision to support Tucker and Candace and others like them with silence, despite knowing that they're so clearly lying. It's so disappointing. How do I know that she knows that they're clearly lying? This is simple. Because she won't actually admit to agreeing with them. She just offers increasingly absurd reasons not to push back. Let's look at the woman of no sacred cows suddenly saying she doesn't care if Tucker Carlson is...
As for Mamdani, I mean, there are a lot of things to say. I won't go on about it, but...
Yes, you might be wondering where this is coming from. If you remember, Megyn Kelly had conversations with Candace Tucker Carlson, and this has stirred up reactions on social media. A lot of people calling her out, like she should be able to call out Tucker Carlson for some things he is doing wrong. The same with Candace. And Megyn Kelly said she is not doing that. This has actually caused a lot of problem with...
As for Mamdani, I mean, there are a lot of things to say. I won't go on about it, but I just taking over the conversation. This is a guy who said in public and then defended his statement that we're going to tax whites more because they're white.
Yeah.
And nobody cared. And it's like, what the hell? Bottom line, without getting all worked up, I will say it's our biggest city. It's 8 million people. Cities are incredibly complex organisms, take centuries to build. My ancestors helped build New York, by the way, but can be destroyed very, very quickly. Look at Johannesburg, 30 years, and it's a husk. It's a joke, and it was a beautiful city. Look at Gary, Indiana, Detroit. Look at almost all of our cities, Baltimore. And that could happen to New York City very soon. In fact, it will. I have a child who lives here. Called me today. I was like, I'm leaving. Not an ideological person. It's just like we know where this is going because it's happened in dozens and dozens. In fact, it's happened to almost every single big city we have. And now it's happening to our biggest city, and it's just the greatest tragedy. And I feel like it It doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen. It's just like your house. If you allow, as the father, as the patriarch in your family, chaos to break out, and you don't settle it down and set limits and say, I mean, I would say my family, I'm all about no. That's my job. I don't like saying no, but that's my duty. Someone has to be like, no, we're not doing that. We're not, pissing in the street, vestibule. We're not pushing people in front of subway cars. We're not smoking park. Like, how about no? And because no one is willing to say that, it just inexorably falls apart. And I think it's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Like, what did Mamdani say in his acceptance speech in New York? He said there is no problem. What did he say about no problem too big for the government or too small for the government to fix? That sounds a lot like communism.
That sounds like a terrifying misunderstanding about how the way things work.
It's going to be very fascinating to see what he's able to do and what he's not able to do and what the reaction is going to be. His victory speech draws concern as New York mayor vows no problem too large for government to solve. And I think it was too small for government to care about.
Yes, I believe you heard what Tucker Carlson said on this video. There is something actually going on in the conservative movement that I've observed, all this while. There are people that go closer to Tucker Carlson, they have been friends for a very long time because of Tucker Carlson's views on certain issues. There are some people they don't want others to associate with Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens. That is what I've observed. Then I begin to ask myself, where is the freedom of speech? If you tell me that people have the right to express themselves the way they want, they should be able to, do that. Because I disagree with Tucker or Candace on some things doesn't mean we can coexist in certain issues. That is just my thought. I've been thinking about this for some time now. When you look at Candace Owens, before Candace Owens was not like this, there are a lot of things that she is she's saying that draws a lot of attention. This has sparked up conversations on social media. Likewise, Tucker Carlson. These people don't want Megyn Kelly to associate with these people. Reasons you see how they are getting angry on social media. Some says Megyn Kelly was that bold to call out Trump, to say this to Trump. Why is it now that Megyn Kelly said, I can't do that. I don't watch Candace Owens, but I'm not going contrary to trying to stir up different reactions with these people. Some sees it like Megyn Kelly is doing this to play both sides. That is what I see with these people, and it is a call for concern.
Mamdani, Dios me libre. Oh my God. This is comunista.
These people are easily convinced.
I think the Democrats are still a mess. I truly believe they're a mess just because there is, what this shows to me is, again, there is this underlying potential energy within the United States of America that is much larger than I think.
It is now the time for people to actually experience the guy, the elected.
Advice to Mamdani. Listen, I don't know that he needs my advice. He has been a master, and frankly, he could do a master class for all Democrats.
Do with the midterms.
What it taught us is that the Democratic Party is a big tent party. It's an inclusive party. We have a man who is the first Muslim mayor of New York City, who is a very, very important politician. I think he's a very special politician.
That? I mean, these are off-year elections in blue states, and I was expecting Democrats to win. Supported by the Democrats, they run California. Read it. Virginia, in particular, has never been a great bellwether. I
want to appreciate people supporting me, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips, that is for the YT algorithm. They hardly recommend videos on this channel.
19. And by extension,
it voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump, who is not a moderate president.
3 times.
3 times.
Over 40. He beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
He beat Joe. He lost to Joe Biden.
But not in West Virginia.
No, he still won by 40 points.
This let me know one thing. This ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
And that was my first instinct to have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us. It's history.
Wait, when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats...
Because how many times do somebody asks?
4.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama.
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Right.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing an interview.
This is about 100 in different offices.